Your student loan rules are about to change in a way that could affect repayment choices, forgiveness eligibility, and potentially your budget more than you expect. If you have loans today or might borrow in the future, understanding these changes could save you years of stress and thousands of dollars in unnecessary interest. Today, I'm going to explain what the July 1st, 2026 cutoff means for federal student loan borrowers, how it changes repayment options, and what you can do now to position your money and your future with confidence. There's nothing like a policy shift that makes you feel like your own student debt is running a reality show without your permission. Let's break this down in real terms. Under recent law changes, borrowers with federal student loans taken out before July 1st, 2026 will continue to have access to many of the older repayment plans, including income-based options and traditional plans that have been around for years. These include plans most people currently use to manage monthly payments and qualify for forgiveness over time. But if you take out any new federal loan or you consolidate an existing loan after July 1st, 2026, your repayment options shrink dramatically. Instead of a menu of nearly a dozen plans, you will be limited to just two main paths: the standard fixed repayment plan on a 10 to 25-year term, or the new repayment assistance plan, which I'll delightfully refer to as RAP from here on out. Hilarious, but in a dark humor kind of way, because this is in no way a comedy bit. Let's be clear, RAP is not a free lunch. It will calculate payments based on your income, and it may require at least a minimum payment, possibly as low as $10 if your income is very low. But it also can stretch forgiveness out 30 years before any discharge. That is a long runway before balance forgiveness. Meanwhile, if you borrow just $1 after that cutoff, and that loan becomes part of your consolidated balance, the entire balance can become subject to the new limited options. That means you could lose access to plans like income-based repayment or traditional forgiveness routes that older loans could use. If you are a parent planning to borrow for school costs, especially through Parent Plus loans, the rules will cap borrowing per student and limit repayment flexibility after mid-2026. Graduate and professional borrowers will also see aggregate lifetime limits that could change how much you can borrow for advanced degrees. So timing matters not just a little, but a lot. You do not want to be forced into a repayment framework that could lock you into decades of higher payments, when a smarter timing strategy could preserve more flexible options. Let's make this relatable with a short story. Meet Jasmine. She borrowed for her MBA over the last few years. If she borrows even a small additional amount after July 1st, 2026, her repayment eligibility could shrink, and she may have to choose between a rigid standard plan or a 30-year RAP pathway, limiting forgiveness and flexibility. Of course, if she plans ahead and takes steps now, she may preserve access to older plans that give her far more control. That planning can change tens of thousands in projected lifetime payments. If you have ever felt like the government writes money rules in mystery math that only become clear after they hit your credit score, hit like. It helps the algorithm compile your mystery debt guild. So, what should you do if you have student loans or expect to in the future? First, understand your current loan portfolio, including dates when loans were disbursed. Borrowers before the July 1st cutoff keep more repayment choices. Second, don't borrow after July 1st, 2026 without strategy and counsel. If you do need additional loans, consider timing, repayment impact, and long-term costs with a professional before moving forward. Third, if you are early in repayment, talk to a specialist about whether consolidating before the cutoff helps preserve your eligibility for more flexible plans, and whether a repayment path like income-based options fits your goals. Fourth, plan for the tax implications. Certain forgiveness used to be tax-free under prior law, but that shelter is ending for most borrowers in 2026, meaning forgiven amounts could count as taxable income unless specific exemptions apply. Student loan collections and wage garnishment for those in default are also starting up again after pauses from recent years, though temporary delays may give some breathing room while borrowers reorganize repayment strategies. Now, let's loop back to the opening claim. I said that the student loan changes in 2026 could affect your repayment choices and your money more than you expect. And I demonstrated it by explaining how the July 1st cutoff shrinks your options, how timing matters, how consolidation after the cutoff can change eligibility, and how tax and collection rules are shifting concurrently. So here is my question for you. Do you feel more informed about your loans today? Let me know in the comments. What concerns you most? Repayment timing, forgiveness eligibility, tax implications, or wage garnishment risk? And tell me what topic you want covered next to help you plan and protect your financial future with confidence. Thank you so much for watching. Check out our Money Tree and Me profile for more helpful financial literacy videos. Money Tree and Me, providing better security and ensuring better lives.